Hello everyone, I'm Shelly Jose. I'm an assistant professor in Rajagiri College of Social Sciences. I'm going to talk about the topic, the environmental issue. Now, the environmental issue is known to all of us in various forms such as sustainable development, the triple bottom line, and so on. So many times when we ask people about environmental issue, we get many different kind of answers. To the layman, the environmental issue is more of the waste disposal, the soil pollution, water pollution, and the air pollution. But I would like to speak about something much more fundamental in this issue. I would say the most fundamental issue is relating to the what we understand as the fossil fuel economy. Let me talk about the fossil fuel economy for a moment. The idea of energy has come late in human development. In the earlier times, we used to use energy in various forms, but it was either biomass or maybe at best the coal as the source of energy. But in the 19th century, we have discovered what is called petroleum, and we have started using petroleum increasingly to the extent that we have now what is called an economy based on fossil fuel, what is called the fossil fuel economy. Now, the real issue relating to fossil fuel economy or the environmental issue is the fact that we are increasingly dependent on this fossil fuel at all levels of economy. In other words, we have built an economy which is purely based on fossil fuel for the last 150 years, so to speak. So many people do not understand the real issue in the sense that it is both an economic issue as well as an environmental issue. The issue is that if you have more of environment, if you want more of environment, you will have to cut down on the economy. And if you want more of the economy, you will have to cut down on the environmental. In other words, this is a zero-sum game. If you have more, concern for the economy, then you will have to give a lighter or take a lighter line on the fossil fuels. Whereas if you want to have more of the environment, we'll be cutting short on the economy. And this is going to be therefore some more time. Even the fact that we have what is called a peak oil concept, which is to say that there's a time when both the demand and supply is the most, and then onwards the demand keeps going up and the supply keeps going down. Many people say that the peak oil concept or peak oil time has already been reached, whereas it is quite possible that in another maybe 10 or 15 years, we'll be running short of fossil fuels. So it is not enough that we develop alternate sources of fuel after that 10 years. It is necessary that we switch over from the current fossil fuel dependence to the alternate fuel dependence sooner than later, because it's not enough to start thinking about the alternatives on the eve of the depletion of fossil fuels. Unfortunately, this is not happening. In fact, we are more and more exploring for fossil fuels to the detriment of the environment, as we know. Detriment of the environment means that eventually, even if you try to recover the environment, it will not be possible. There will be a degradation so much that we will not be able to recover the environment. This is the real environmental issue, that we have built an economy based on the fossil fuels and we are stuck in that vicious cycle of either or situation between the economy and the environment. The answer to this is, in the interim, to shift over to much cleaner fossil fuels such as compressed natural gas, LPG, and so on. And in the meanwhile, whatever you are taxing the fossil fuels for should be used for research and development in the alternate fuels, and then that manner, in that phased manner, we should be able to shift over from fossil fuels to renewable sources. So this is what is being understood as the real environmental issue. I would say that all the other environmental issues are really issues of political will. For example, if you have an issue of waste disposal, it's only a matter of the politicians deciding to take the best technology and use it appropriately for disposal of the waste. But that's not really an environmental issue. The real environmental issue comes in when you have the interrelationship between economy and the environment. The sooner the better that we shift from fossil fuels to other fuels. Thank you.